To what Arty Noobs with general disturbance. This is the Bishop, the Tier 5 British SPG. This one's located on the eastbourne of Sand River, and it's under the command of ArthVex of OLIMP. Well, the most noticeable thing about this Bishop is it's got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel, but also it's absolutely naked. Yes, no camo on it whatsoever, which does make it kind of vulnerable because Bishops are as blind as a bat. Well, only 250 meters view range. But I suppose he just wants it to be a virgin Bishop, which I don't think there is such a thing. You never know. Anyway, he's taking it into the dip and he's going to shoot from here. It's a bit restricted in here, but I guess he's played this before. Let's see how he gets on. Well, he's aiming towards the center, using the concentration skill. It looks like the Arty sites have not updated, even though I did update the client. So with no Arty sites at the moment showing us a reload time. First shot is a direct hit at 199 hit points. It's a 4.5-inch howitzer capable of doing 450 alpha, 28mm pin, and 2.2 meters burst radius. He's just got a penetrating shot from the Panzer III Ausführung J, and somebody else got the kill. In fact, it was the M10. But we are doing considerable damage to the enemy at the moment, and that BDR is just outside range. Now, he did look away there, which is a big no-no in my book, but I think he was just trying to get a bit closer to get a shot on the Churchill. Round south. Yep, another hit. Near the last one, actually. Churchill trying to move to protect himself, but he takes a near miss there. Going for that Matilda, but changed our mind. Go back to the Churchill because, of course, he's not moving very much. And we've got another 131 hit points. Okay, can he get a shot on the BDR this time? Well, the BDR pulls back and narrowly missed getting hit there. I'm afraid the player who's going in the T28E with the F30 gun doesn't know how to play it, because you don't play that one up close because it's got no armor. It's a sniper. Yes, you have to play that one from a long way away, because if you don't, then you lose out and miss out on the effects of that 85mm gun. It's a standoff weapon. Rounds out on the BDR, but he looks away. We didn't see if we got any damage from that shot, but now we're going for the Turan. So, of course, it's a Hungarian tank. It's also a premium. And we've lost sight of it because we don't have anyone close enough to actually get a shot. T1 Heavy pops up, and now we can see the Turan again. He lines it up ahead. That's it. Let it drive back into the shell. I think that was just a fraction of a second too late. This guy is backing away. Round south. That looks good. Direct hit. Now we've lost sight again. But here he is. He's persistent, if nothing else. And that was splash. There's a T-34 a little further away, but I'm not sure we can get that guy because I think he's out of range. Fire another one at Turan. He's moved. Now the Bishop, they only made 149 of them in total, and it was actually armed with the 25 pounder, I should say, which is actually 87.6 millimeters in caliber. They're actually effective. Of course, the British had been using the 25 pounder gun for some time, and after they built some of the Bishops, they saw the restricted range caused by the mount of the howitzer inside the vehicle and decided it wasn't good enough. So that's why they came up with the Sexton, using initially the M3 hull and then later on using the M4 hull. That was a much better vehicle to carry all those 25 pounder rounds. Yes, I'm afraid the Turan has pulled back all the way, and you can see he's now outside our maximum range because, of course, the Reticule has turned into an ovoid. When it goes flat altogether, that is maximum range. He fires around in. Oh, good shot! He lined that one up, and it smacked the Turan for 171, and he suddenly realised he's very short on hit points. That's just a fraction of a second too late. Now, we can't get shots on the Turan now because we can't see him, and those other guys are just too far away. But this T-28E with the F-30 is on the enemy team, and he's badly playing it as well because he's actually staying within range of our guys, and you're not supposed to do that. Okay, there's the Turan again, but we've gone back to the BDR G1B. Let it settle. It's about right there. Fires the round in. Unfortunately, the BDR changes direction horizontally, and now we've got the T-28E with the F-30 gun coming into play. Again, bad play, because you're not supposed to do that. And that's why he's out the game now. You've got to stand off at long range and shoot from a long way away. That's the only way to play the T-28E with the F-30 gun and succeed. If you try to play it up close, you will suffer a lot of damage because you've got no armor. Or negligible armor. Rounds out the BDR this time. Oh, he's so close. Can he get the better shot this time? Well, he's lined up. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh! Well, I'm afraid the dispersion there actually put the shell slightly to one side. There are some times in this game when it's actually more advisable to stay close to your teammates and move up with them when they're trying to get at the enemy. The BDR has just been wiped out by our Wolverine. Now, the closest enemy tanks now are near their cap area. So if we go straight up the riverbed, we will be able to get shots on them. The problem is we might get spotted as well. So even with this new version of the map, it's advisable to try and stay in cover as much as we can. And unfortunately, going through this gap and going up onto Quickie Baby's ramp isn't really a good thing to do, because there are people up in the distance who might be able to spot us. Although at this point, I think they are far enough away that they might not be able to see us either. But now we are in full view of the enemy up on the heights, if they are up on the heights. In fact, there's a T1 Heavy up there, but of course he can't see us. So we're going to try and lay a shell right down on top of him. Fully dialed in. Very accurate. 106, hit the turret. Okay, the enemy, the T-40's out of range. There's only 3 enemies left now. The T-40, the Stug, and the T1 Heavy. And it looks like the T-40 is AFK. And he's slowly being assassinated. The T1 Heavy came along. The enemy T1 Heavy, he's trying to have a go at our guys in the cap area. Nice hit, 104. Need a few more like that though. And he's staying close to the rock because he doesn't want to get hit. Okay, rounds out. Well, it was there, but it wasn't close enough. So he's adjusted just slightly. He should give it this time, and he looked away, so we didn't get to see if he did hit. I don't think he did though. Okay. There's only 2 enemy left, the Stug and the T1. Okay, the concentration skills just come into play. Gets a direct hit. 192, it's a non-penetrating shot, but one more like that and he will kill this Stug. And he does! And that's the last kill of the game. It's all over. Bar the shouting. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker from ArthVex of OLIMP in the Bishop. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15 in that one. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, with a win rate of 6,321, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage was 2,178 hit points, and that beat the highest on his own team, which was the Wolverine with 1,642, and the next highest, which was the KV1 with 1,569. When it came to kills, the Wolverine managed 5 kills. 3 kills went to the Stug 3 Ausführung G on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to ArthVex, the Panzer IV Ausführung H, and the Lux, and the T1 Heavy on his own team, who also got a steel wall. And on the enemy team, the BDR G1B got 2 kills as well. When it came to base XP, the top scorer was the Wolverine again, and he got 824. 774 went to the KV1 SA, that's the auto reloader. And there we've got ArthVex with third place with 700 base. He fired 29 rounds in the game, got 11 direct hits and 1 penetrating shot and 21 splash. Damage of 2,178 hit points, all of it at more than 300. Now, I think we did see that the penetrating shot was actually the Panzer III Ausführung. Yes, Ausführung J, there it is. 418 hit points, 1 penetrating shot. And the guy died very shortly afterwards because the M10 Wolverine saw that he'd been hit and realized that he was an easy kill. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 2, so he missed out on getting a Confederate. And he did manage, on a free-to-play account, a loss of 7,283 credits from the game. And he managed to make 1,400 base XP out of the game as well. His loss on the credits, by the way, was down to the fact that he had to pay for consumables in full 20,000. If he hadn't have paid that, if he had actually stored up on his consumables ahead of the battle, then obviously he would have made a profit, would have shown a profit. Obviously, if you do this and stock up on consumables ahead, it means you're paying for it there, but half price. But if you only paid the 10,000 instead of 20,000, then obviously this would still be a profit. So he would come out ahead. But I always like to stock up on them when they're at cheap price. So collect together as many millions of credits as you can, so that when they do the sales, you can just fill your cupboards, fill your boots full of consumables, and then you never have to worry about having to pay for them when they're at full price. So that was a good game. Nice to see a Bishop game, but I think actually that position is a bit limiting because, of course, it does minimize the range that you can actually go to. And you do need to move up on the enemy sometimes because they can go outside your maximum range. Yes, you are vulnerable, but I think you could see from at some point during the battle, it actually became easier for him to move up and get into the riverbed where he could shoot at that Turan and not worry about the Turan being or running over to try and kill him, because his teammates would have stopped that anyway. They would have jumped on the Turan if he suddenly tried to make a move for it. But obviously, the Bishop is very good at short range. If anybody comes near you in a Bishop, you shotgun them. And I've actually taken out enemy heavies with a shotgun from the Bishop because, of course, they don't realize how vulnerable they are, especially if you can get around right through the side of them. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.